So going into this movie, I really didn't know what to expect. I just assumed everyone went to sleep at night and dreamed of Nicolas Cage, maybe meet up with him, steal the Declaration of Independence. Doesn't sound that bad, right? Well, apparently, for some people, it's an absolute nightmare. Let's talk about dream scenario. What's up, guys? I'm Sully, and today I'm very excited because we finally get to talk about the brand new surrealist Nicolas Cage movie, Dream Scenario. All you need to know about this one is that the story goes like this. A hapless family man finds his life turned upside down when millions of strangers suddenly start seeing him in their dreams. When his nighttime appearances take a nightmarish turn, Paul is forced to navigate his newfound stardom. So if you've spent any time on the channel with me before, you know that I am a massive Nicolas Cage superfan. I've loved the guy for decades now, through the highs and the lows, through the face-offs and the Wicker Mans. There's something just so addicting and infectious about watching this guy do his thing on screen and always giving 110%. So when I heard they were making a movie about a boring college professor that becomes an overnight sensation after he starts popping up in everybody's dreams at night, I could not have bought tickets fast enough. Now, I'll say right off the bat that this is definitely one of the funniest movies that I've seen all year, which shouldn't be a surprise given the premise. They do a really good job of putting Nicolas Cage into these ridiculous scenarios, and seeing his awkward, bald-headed character pop up in all of the various dream sequences from the perspective of the people that see him when they go to sleep at night is super entertaining every time it's done. But even his actual day-to-day will keep you engaged. Watching this guy that no one really cares about and has been searching for relevancy in his own life become an overnight celebrity that everyone's obsessed with definitely creates some really thought-provoking and funny moments. But I was a little surprised just how much this film changed course at the halfway point when it came to the tone. It makes sense though, because just like how everyone around the globe starts eventually seeing this main character in their nightmares instead, this guy's real life starts slowly transitioning into a nightmare as well. Don't go into this one expecting a full-blown comedy for the entire runtime, or you might leave the theater a little bit confused. Now we have to talk about the man, the myth, the legend, because Nicolas Cage absolutely kills it in this movie. The guy's been on a serious hot streak. I don't know if he got a new agent or just has his head screwed on right lately, but over the past few years, I feel like he's done a really good job of taking these weird and unique parts where he's the only actor I could ever envision portraying them. Like, you look back to The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent last year, a movie where Nick Cage literally plays Nick Cage, that mixes his decades of work in Hollywood with his larger-than-life public persona into this ridiculous meta-comedy. I truly believe there's no other actor on the planet that could have pulled that off. This role in Dream Scenario is more accessible than that, but Cage is just so good at somehow being able to come off as innocent, pathetic, endearing, and twisted all at the same time at the drop of a hat. And I know it's definitely hard to do, but I feel like when you pair Cage with a director that understands his crazy and how to use it properly, what you get up on the screen is absolute magic. And that is exactly what occurs in this movie. And there are some other good supporting roles throughout the film, but it's pretty much the Nick Cage show from beginning to end here. This is one of those movies where it's gonna stick with you for a little while after the credits roll because it takes time to dissect it and figure out what it all means. Like, this film has a whole lot to say about fame, envy, social media, cancel culture, the list goes on. And what kind of seems like a simple, funny premise on the surface is actually a big-time cautionary tale and social commentary on a multitude of topics the further it goes. And look, this movie throws a lot at you thematically. Some of it's going to work for you, some of it won't work for you. I'd say the majority of what the movie had to say and what they were poking fun at resonated with me, because I'm always looking for fresh and original stories that are going to challenge me when I go to the theater. Even if some aspects of a movie are rough around the edges, I always value when a film takes big creative swings for the fences and asks big questions above everything else. Especially in this world of sequels and reboots that we're currently living in, it's not often that movies like this get their time in the spotlight. I mean, films like this one are pretty much the reason that I go to the movies in the first place. Overall, guys, Dream Scenario is yet another ridiculous movie in Nick Cage's catalog that somehow hits the mark in a lot of ways. It's funny, it's dark, it has a lot to say, and I was thoroughly entertained the entire way through. Some of the topics it tries to dissect will resonate with you, some of them won't, but I think if nothing else, if you want to go watch an absolutely bonkers fever dream of a movie where one of the most interesting actors in Hollywood has the freedom to go as ballistic as he wants, this one will be right up your alley. The Legend of Cage lives on. Dream Scenario gets a Sully score of 4 stars. So that's my review of the latest Nick Cage movie. What do you think is the best movie that he's ever been in? Good luck only picking one, but let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys at the next one.